Good afternoon all. I think I'm standing between the lunch, so I'm going to keep it very short and sweet. My name is Prashant and I represent OnGrid. OnGrid is a platform which helps you onboard your employees, your partners, your vendors, paperless and presenceless. I think one beautiful thing what I think the session prior to this worked out, or rather what came out of that session, was experience, and that's what we are talking about. It's all about experience for HRs, it's about experience for employees too. Today what we are presenting here is eLockr, Merit by eLockr. So this is a platform wherein people can take references. I think the biggest challenge today is onboarding and the reference check. While we are doing a lot of checks and balances by doing their ID checks, quota card checks, but what about the reference? Majority of the times it has been seen that people are verifying, but they are not tagging them. When a person is getting offboarded, tagging is something which is not happening. And that actually in the future comes back to a wrong person getting hired, or that person is not getting checked at the right time. So what are we talking about is, so we are talking about rapid growth, the problem statement. This is an agenda what we are talking about, and we are talking about rapid growth and the gig economy. So what we have seen at this juncture is the gig economy is growing very fast. Post-COVID, I think it is growing faster than what we expected. So by 29-30 FY, we are expecting 23.5 million people which are getting onboarded in the system, which actually gives in maybe risks of misconduct and fraud increasing day by day. These are the set of things what are getting onboarded. Maybe people were getting onboarded. Retail e-commerce, I think that's the standard one. So what are we talking about? A problem statement. This is a problem statement. What are we talking about? This is a news throughout, a person going, taking data from a person and then calling back that person, trying to pull in data, pull in money, pull in everything. So that's what we are talking about. How do we handle this is something what we are trying to see. So risk, what are we talking about, is misconduct affecting customer experience and brand reputation. Fraud causes financial losses, erodes trust with organizations, and repeat offenders move across organization without consequences. And this is what is the problem what we are trying to tackle using Merit. So our unique solution actually brings in onboarding after an instant eLockr reference check. How it can be done is something which we are going to show. eLockr reference check is basically given by an HR and consumed by an HR. The most important point to be noted in this case is this is not we don't charge anything for giving your data. A person who is extracting is pays and moves on. So any data which is put in or any details which are put in, there is no charge. In fact, that gets, maybe you get money out of it at the back end. Okay. Add-on verifications is something what we are doing. Every organization does that, the DL, the RC, the Aadhaar, the PAN, the criminal record, but reference is something what we are talking about. So in this case, how do we do it? We have traditionally seen that every organization does reference check every time. How about if that reference check is available to you on a click of a button? Now for that, we need to create a bureau. For that, we need to create an ecosystem, which is what is Merit by eLockr, what we have created, and that ecosystem is live right now. Almost more than 2 million people have already registered on this, and more people are coming inside it. So what is that is then, you don't have to do anything, you just have to select those relevant tabs and give those references. You don't have to write a history out there or maybe details out there, just select the tabs. Now these select tags are like recommended, eligible for hire, full and final settlement done, resigned and done, and this can be tracked using his maybe UN number or his phone number or his PAN number or his Aadhaar number. Very easy to find because those are the details which are already getting verified. So these are the credentials which are getting verified using Merit by eLockr. The reference tags also contain tags which are, you just have to again select, not recommended, not eligible. These are the tags to be selected. You can change those tags as and when you want. It is not mandatory to keep those tags. Like for example, if an HR gives a tag to a person, maybe not recommended. Tomorrow he feels that you want to kind of give a benefit of doubt to that employee and change that tag, you can change it to maybe a positive tag also, which is what it brings in for you. More importantly, this report can be downloaded quickly and you get authentic verification or reference tags from the HR, from the source, and not by, like if I have to take a reference, do you think I'll give a person's reference who's not going to give me good marks or who's not going to give me good tags? I'll give his name only. But then it is coming from an HR, the HRs have to write, and more importantly, it helps you in that way. This solution is available in an API mode, so you don't have to worry. It can be done in a batch mode also. So both the modes are available in this case. Ecosystem overview, in this case, what we are talking about is like this. The issuers are the people on the left hand side from the retail, and verifies also from the people. So normally what we have seen is people move from organization to organization in the similar fashion. So here merit plays an important role. Again, same reference tags, the negative tags, and these are just numbers what we have created. You can just select them and move on. So it's very easy. So again, we are talking about HR experience. While we are talking about employee experience, we are also talking about HR experience in this case. Again, instant and reliable onboarding is what we are trying to bring in. So access to behavioral feedbacks is what is the key aspect what we are trying to bring in here. Automated hiring decisions, which helps you hire better. And the last thing is, in this case, mandatory contribution is required from both the sides. It is not that one side gives a contribution and the next side does not give a contribution. Both the team or both the organizations have to give contributions from this side. Benefits. Basically, it brings you benefits of accelerated onboarding, misconduct, theft, and fraud detection at a quick eye, and more importantly, can be coupled with BGV for compliance sake in future also. For the industry, it becomes a collaborative ecosystem, which is why it's coming along with RAI as a partnership. Enhanced trust for the gig workforce. Last but not the least, boosting customer trust and safety at the end of the day. Why this solution works, I think that's the most important thing. The traditional onboarding is in-house customer flows, workflows what we create, potential drop-offs and requirement of QC of documents. Here you don't need to do that. It is configurable journey. Pre-filled information and verifications, you don't need to kind of type that. You can actually take it via API through your HRMS also directly. Information validation along with maybe the verification is done. It's real-time onboarding versus maybe the high turnaround times, and low cost ID checks and criminal checks can be also kind of added to this. And more importantly, incentives for good behavior, but a degree of accountability by design is something which can be brought inside this. These are the kind of workflows can be created. So customizable again, the way you want. As I said, the APIs are stackable in nature. Whatever you want to do, you can make sure that those APIs can be used and your specific workflows can be also done in this case. Current traction, currently we are doing almost around, we are associated with 3,000 plus customers and doing 500 million plus verifications in an annum. More than 25,000 organizations are being using eLockr by Merit by eLockr, and verifying their people using that. These are some of the companies which are using at this moment of time. Thank you from my side.